MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good Tuesday morning, Scotty Ray and Candace, and boy, is it chilly.
It is. I had my son in shorts, and then I walked outside, and I thought, no, we're going to put jeans on this morning because they're letting them, wear the regular clothes to school to give a donation to help the family out that lost their home in the fire. So,
I have to just ask this because I'm curious. Do you do your husband the same way like you do your son?
No.
Like Kurt getting in here, change your britches now.
Kurt takes care of his own wardrobe.
I just ask you.
I mean, unless we're going somewhere, and then I'll iron stuff for him or something.
I used to get told what to wear.
Yeah.
I am not the. I can't pick out colors.
Now, for some reason, now not my husband, but I've seen people. For some reason, men think camouflage and stripes, just anything goes together. I just really don't. It don't. Camouflage don't go with everything.
Camouflage, you can wear it anywhere. It's versatile. I've even seen camo tuxedos, as a matter of fact. So.
No, I like camouflage, but I'm talking about like a camouflage pair of shorts and a striped shirt.
Yeah, that'll work.
That just don't go.
Yeah, I think so. Good morning to everyone. We do hope your day is going well. As we begin this, let's talk about Neshoba County as you're waking up. Let's go to sammedia.network. Whoop, somebody's in jail now.
Goodness.
We got the word from Sheriff Eric Clark yesterday about 10:30 that there had been arrest. And what happened here, this is Jonathan Myers.
He looks happy.
Yeah, very happy there. In the jailhouse now. The Pearl Police Department got a hit on the tag. They made an arrest, and guess what? He was wanted. There you go, in Neshoba County for burglary of a dwelling, felony taking of a motor vehicle, and false pretense.
Goodness.
So he's been transported on down to the Neshoba County Detention Center where he's awaiting his chance to have bond. We'll find out what happens. Again, that coming in from the Sheriff's Department. And as always, in speaking of that, let me find that. If you've never visited here and you like to know who's in jail and who's not in jail, that's always interesting. Yeah. We pull up the website. You can go here and you can click on arrest reports. Again, this is sammedia.network, and we've got all the counties that are joining us. Clark County, you can join Lauderdale County, Neshoba, Meridian, Philadelphia, and Newton County here. Pretty easy to find out who's in there. And basically you click here. Let me show you how it works. And then it pops up and you click the date that you want to read. Here's yesterday's report from Lauderdale County, and we'll just look at that. And then you'll get these two little, what do you call these?
The PDFs.
Yeah. I was going to call it a doohickey.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows what a doohickey is. And then you click there. I think you're supposed to actually double click. Yeah. Even I put the and there you go.
Yeah.
It gives you who's in jail, what they done, and you can just slide down and read it all. So pretty simple if you like keeping up with those things.
Yep. Sometimes it's really shocking, some of the people that you'll see.
I've been looking for Candace in there for quite some time now. Not yet.
I hope you don't see Candace in there anytime soon. Yeah. I would not have a smiling mugshot. I'd be looking like I lost my best friend. Yeah.
It's amazing the things that can set people off. It does happen. Also on this, don't forget, if you need some work done around the house, our emergency responder business directory, you can click there. And if you need a handyman of some sort, we got guys there that work for the police departments, firemen, do these odd jobs, and that's there for you to check out. Let's go ahead and talk about yesterday morning of the arrest that was made. Now, officially, we have not gotten anything back yet from the Meridian Police Department on Naked Man. And you got to say that just correctly, Naked Man.
Yeah.
He has been arrested. They're doing an evaluation for mental illness. We're waiting to find out what is done with that, of what's going to happen. Maybe we'll get an official statement in the next day or so.
Right.
That's what we know at this point. Do I believe there has been some mental issues diagnosed? I do believe that. Do I have that officially on paper yet? No, I don't. When we get that, we'll pass that along, and then we'll see if mugshots and things of that are going to be passed along. We'll let you know.
But for someone to continuously do that, I can't imagine that they...
Yeah, something's not right.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I'm just glad that he didn't get injured in any kind of way, because there are those crazy people out there who, well, I say crazy. They're not crazy. There's people out there who won't put up with stuff like that.
You mean take the law into their own hands?
Right. And I'm just glad
I'll rephrase
that he didn't get harmed. But
yeah, and he has been chased a few times.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know that that people wanted to do bodily harm over that issue.
Same.
They don't like people
when you have
doing that in
kids,
front of their children.
Right. When you have kids and they're saying things like that.
And let me state again how fast he can run with 12 to 14 people chasing him. He can book it.
Yeah.
He's outrun them all. So that did happen. And boy, the storms that rolled through yesterday. I brought this up earlier this morning if you had a chance to watch our broadcast. Were you outside yesterday after all that rain passed? And then you look up and there's this double rainbow in Meridian.
I did not see it because I was inside cleaning. And
you've really got to start. I'm going to have to call you and say, Candace, pull your curtain open.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But as we go out to MCC, this is one of the first pictures that I got in, and here's the double rainbow over here. I even got one that it looked like the pot of gold was inside Hardee's yesterday afternoon.
Oh, really?
Where it looked like it went in the roof.
Like it went
there.
on down, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love seeing the ones that you can see from one side totally to the other. Those are really, really neat.
Yes. Now, this is probably, as I mentioned this morning, the most famous of the rainbows yesterday. And we pulled this up. This is Faith Baptist Church, Highway 19. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes.
It's like something's good's going to come out of the church.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't a rainbow that is supposed to symbolize God's promise, I think. I don't know.
I've just always heard there was a
might be
little
wrong.
green guy with a lot of gold at the end of it. And it may be, I've never known that.
I might be wrong with that, maybe. I don't know.
Well, Kemper,
But anyway.
Kemper County, I just didn't know that. But,
I've just heard that said before, so. But anyway, that's a really good place for a rainbow right over the top of the church.
What was the Elizabeth Taylor movie umpteen dozen years ago that was filmed in parts of it in Mississippi, Raintree County? Do y'all remember that, to where it was supposed to be the Tree of Gold or something there?
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Part of it was filmed at Windsor. That was, I think in the 50s is when that was done. And then the whole movie, they're looking for this tree that's supposed to exist, and someone passes away, and she wakes up, she's under the tree.
Okay.
And that's how it ended.
It's kind of neat.
God's promise to Noah, Gail Williams. So I learned a little something this morning.
Yes.
I think you're right on that. Yeah, and when the flood ended. How soon I forget things.
So is that not a good picture with the rainbow over the church?
Well, there. Les says you were correct. See, look at there. Yeah. I missed one this morning.
Yes.
We'll put one in the corner of Candace this morning for being correct.
Yeah. Now, don't ask me any songs or anything, because I'm not going to know.
We had an accident just off of North Hill Street yesterday. This would have been down on State Boulevard Extension, where the old Dixie gas station used to be. I don't think there's a store there right now.
The road forks.
Yeah, Fireman's Fork, maybe, what they call that area. But it was a little accident there by Colonial Pipeline. Shut down the road on both ends until they got that cleaned up.
Goodness.
A little mess there. I don't think anybody was seriously hurt, but there was kind of rubbish. Is that the word for it, all over the roadway?
Yeah.
So that got cleaned up and everybody got to going again. That is good news there. Now, another thing that yesterday morning happened, this was a statewide tight bolo of the car chase on I-20 in Jackson, Mississippi. And how this all came about was a state trooper had someone pulled over. As he's standing there either writing a ticket or asking them why they were going so swift, this other car passes him moving to where to blow your hat off your head.
Oh, goodness.
So he radios ahead and a pursuit begins. The guy would not stop. They put up spikes at Brandon where you would exit. Blew out the tires. He jumps out of the car with an AR-15. He opens fire on the state troopers, and at some point pulls a gun on himself and kills himself from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Here's what is amazing. There were 2 children in the car. They were okay. Turns out he was wanted in Florida, and the more you dig in this, there was a 3rd child in Florida that someone grabbed out of the car as he sped off. So he'd been traveling since Florida with these 2 children in the back.
Oh, my goodness.
And
now, had he kidnapped these kids? Somebody, because I thought I had read a comment that somebody thought that he was maybe a kidnapping suspect. I cannot tell.
The charges were he was wanted in Florida for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Florida authorities said Sanchez pulled a gun on a family member on April the 25th at a store parking lot in Perdido Key after a disagreement about child safety. It doesn't say kidnapping, but it sure indicates it.
Right.
So it went from bad to worse, and he ended up taking his own life with that. The children are okay. They were taken to child services quickly.
Good.
I'm glad they're okay, but what caused all that, we don't know.
Well, you know those kids were probably terrified. Can you imagine? That's a good ride when you're scared.
You
I mean, a long ride from Florida to Meridian, or to Jackson, excuse me.
Yeah, but if you were in your right mind, thinks that you're staring down the barrel of 12 police officers, highway patrolmen, that pulling a gun is going to end well.
Yeah.
Something's not clicking just right.
Right.
For that to happen.
But for somebody to have an
AR-15.
AR-15 in the vehicle with you,
with
traveling
kids.
with kids. I mean, yeah, something's not right with that whole story. I would think there would be ill intentions somewhere.
Yeah. 100%. And somehow or another, when he shot and they returned fire, no one got hit. That is amazing.
Yeah.
But like every time we report a shooting in Meridian and someone gets grazed, how does that happen?
Yeah.
You're a big target, and I would not turn out that well.
Yeah. Probably I wouldn't either.
But that's the news today. Some of it, we've got more to come as we begin this and tell you all about what's going on in our community and the headlines around America. Stay close. More coming up. We'll talk about this peachy shirt she's wearing. That's all on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
It's a scientific fact. When faced with the question of wanting more or less money, people will choose more money every time.
The large pile?
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, why choose less? Call me, and I'll get the money you really deserve. Why pick less when you can get more?
He got me more.
Much more than I expected.
You can't argue with science. Call me. One call, that's all.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on this Tuesday morning early. And I said if you've got to go outside, make sure to grab a jacket. You're going to need that.
It is a little chill in the air, for sure.
Also mentioned this last night. We had a good Samaritan in the community that helped out the police. I don't know who it was, but someone was driving the wrong direction on Highway 19 North. They were somehow or another able to stop the person and wait on deputies till they arrived to help out that. Yeah. Going the wrong way at night, that is scary. And y'all
that
would
is
be
scary. I've seen that happen a lot.
We've reported that several, and I guess there's 2 or 3 ways it could happen. Someone get confused,
right?
And then
maybe not from the area,
right?
Yeah.
And then maybe drinking and driving, which we don't know the case on this. But you can. I was a kid. I say 15, and I rode to town with somebody, and it was just after Meridian started doing all these one-ways.
That's what I was just fixing to say. I think a lot of people were going the wrong direction when they switched the streets all to one-way.
And I've never quite understood that. I've never seen this community to be that big of a place to where you couldn't still have it two-way. But, hey, I'm not the street planner, am I?
Yeah, it is kind of aggravating when you have to go all the way around another block to get to back door. You got to go. But
I know.
Anyway, I've gotten used to it now. So.
Used to it, but I kind of like the old way. I think a lot of people agree with that.
Yeah, I would. I think I would rather have the old way, but anyway.
God said full or semi. I have no clue what went on with the gun on that, what type it was. I would assume semi, but I could not bet the farm on that. As if I were to guess. I also mentioned this morning, Pike County, Mississippi. This would be like embarrassing to everybody. Well, you shouldn't be doing it to begin with. And I compared it to the scene where in Smokey and the Bandit, y'all remember that? Where Jackie Gleason gets the tip where the bandit is, and he raids the mobile, camper. And it was a house, a rolling home of ill repute. Is that the name of that?
Yes.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
It was one of those places. Well, in Pike County, Mississippi, 10 men have been arrested as they done a prostitution sting. And their faces are all plastered everywhere in the lineup. Some of them have great looks. They're smiling about it, going, hey, I got caught. And others are going, uh-oh, my wife might find out about this.
That's what I was just fixing to say. Can you imagine if they're thinking, what is my wife going to think?
How do you explain that one?
Or if they had the women on there, what's my husband going to think? If
I was just walking by and I accidentally got arrested with everybody else. That's kind of like, I guess,
that's when I would go to jail, Scotty Ray.
You go upside somebody's head?
Yeah, that's when Candace would be put in the slammer.
Do you remember those stings that they used to do? They do that anymore on TV to where they tempt somebody to come to a room there's in there with cameras?
I don't know if they do that or not, but
that
possibly.
That used to be a big TV show, and I don't remember the name of it.
I remember when they used to catch people on internet stuff. They
it's
act like
basically
they were a young girl or a young guy or something. But
lure them in. I mean, somebody like me.
It's scary though, to think that there were grown men coming into teenage girls' homes when the parents weren't there.
It is. Now,
Another reason I would go to jail.
I would be entrapped on
I would be
like if they put up a banana pudding sting. And you're like straying because somebody's got a big bowl of banana pudding.
Yeah, I would love to see Scotty Ray in a room with a video camera going, and there's a big bowl of banana pudding, and would he touch it or would he not?
Well, no, the choice would be banana pudding, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I'm betting I'm gonna go with banana pudding. There's an age that you realize that the food is a whole lot better.
Yeah,
y'all know what I'm talking about.
I do. I mean,
they just a headache. They somebody else's headache. Let them go on back to them. Karina Jones said, "Cheater." Y'all remember the song by Roy and
yes,
Joey
Cheater.
Yeah, where'd you meet her?
Yeah, where'd you meet her?
That, and she had a word that you can't say on television mixed in there. It wasn't an ugly word, but that was a good song.
Yeah.
Gosh, we missed that poor girl. She was so talented.
A beautiful girl and had a beautiful voice.
She did.
I watched their whole little documentary thing. They documented everything, and as she was going through her sickness, and it's heartbreaking. I mean, to see, her go through that, losing all of her hair, and just laying there with her baby and her other kids and stuff. So.
You go back to before they won that contest, and she was a waitress, and she got up at like 3 a.m. to all of her stuff, worked at the restaurant. Then they do the singing on the side,
and they had a little farm.
Yeah, and he had built and I assume that Roy still does the concerts there at the farm. Assume.
I don't know.
Great songwriter.
But they had a little, like a farm, nothing super fancy or anything as far as the house. I saw the inside of it. It was just real laid back and
look
lifestyle.
this up. I don't know whether history, if you like it or not, but Roy, when they bought the home, he started researching it. The home was built before the Civil War. And the couple that lived in it, the lady's name was Josephine, and her husband goes off to fight in the war, the Great War, the war between the states. Her name was Josephine, and he wrote a song. He found a letter that the guy writes home, and he's telling her he loves her. If I die, go ahead and remarry, make sure he treats our children well. And he wrote a song about it, and it's called Josephine. You can look that up.
Oh, goodness.
Boy, that'll tug at your heart, because that really happened. He said that it was almost word for word that he used in the song that was in the letter.
Oh, I'm going to have to look that
Interesting.
up. Yeah, that is interesting.
As we look at Causeyville yesterday, well, look at the picture here we got from Causeyville as the clouds came about.
It looks almost like there's just a center, like a hole right in the center of it. Like,
It is kind of like a donut, right now.
it's really neat.
I'm thinking too much about food, huh?
You
but the-
are. You got banana pudding on the brain.
Gorgeous pictures, and we do appreciate everybody submitting those. Always send them, inbox them, or email them to us. We'd love to have that.
Yes.
Let's
I
see
love
here.
seeing pictures that people send in.
Went great. Let's see here. Richard Whitehead said the things went great with the Hamasa Temple Shriners 3-man scramble this past weekend.
Yeah.
Fun, food, and fellowship. Glad that worked out. A good thing there. Let's see here. Yesterday afternoon, they had a boo-boo up on the hill there around 22nd Avenue as someone got a little carried away with their automobile, busted a water line there near the Waffle House, and, well, they didn't wait around to see what was going to happen next and drove off into the sunset. Police tracked them down, of course, as water was...
Right. The people of the community that didn't have water for a while, thank you.
Yeah. What's bad is if you were going inside the Waffle House to eat, because they can't
Right.
cook after you lose your water.
Yeah.
So it shut down operations there for a minute. Shame. Don't be
Goodness.
running over the water line and leaving. I'd be kind of upset.
Yeah.
Let's
Especially
see.
if it was mine.
I wanted to bring this up, Candace. Let me find the picture.
Okay.
Do you realize that we are so close to May?
No, I mean, look, this year has just went with lightning speed. I mean, it's just went by so fast.
And look at this. This is on the way. Graduation. Clarkdale is going to be May 20th.
8 p.m. Northeast High School, May the 19th. And these are all, they're going to be on the football field. I'm sure if rain happens, they'll have an alternative, place. But 8 p.m. for all of them. Southeast High School, May 17th. West Lauderdale High School's May the 16th.
So that is, I am just caught off guard that we're that close to graduations in our area.
Yes.
So
And that's such a bittersweet time for parents,
some
I
parents are
remember
jumping up and down.
You're proud of. Yeah, I guess some might be. Be like, yay!
Yeah, they made it.
No, but it is a bittersweet moment because you're proud of them that they've made it through all these years in school, and but then you're sad. I mean, it's just a sad thing. I always cry. So
Hey, I had this sent in, and I got it, I think, Thursday or Friday, and I meant to talk about it yesterday, and it just hit me here. You ever read the back of a potato chip bag? Somebody
not.
sent this, and they circled it and said, have you noticed this on the back? And no, I hadn't. So let me pull this up so you can see this. This is on potato chips. Warning. Consuming this product can expose you to chemicals, including whatever that word may be.
acrylamide.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Known in the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. For more information, you can go there and visit it. That really make you want to eat them potato chips, won't
Yeah,
it?
that's another question. Chips are my life. Chips.
Tough decisions.
Kids. Yeah.
Yeah, when you have time, I always look at the back of your potato chips, just see what it says.
Yeah.
That one,
It's kind of scary,
yeah.
especially when they have all these long words that you have to look each one of them up to see what it means.
I'd have to go. Have you ever Googled that?
I have not.
How'd you know that word so quick?
Acrylamide. I just read it.
Okay. Look at her. Exercising it.
Acrylamide, if I said it right.
That one, that I don't think I've ever seen that word until then.
I'll
Very
have to
first
look it
time
up
for
on the
me.
break real quick.
Margie, appreciate that. Margie Lancaster told us to read Genesis chapter 9, 12 through 19, the story of the rainbow. Verse 15 is the focal verse. I'll do that. Mm-hmm. That neat little story there.
It is.
Wow, I lost on that one. I didn't know all that. So thank y'all for pointing that out.
Rita Reeves said that Neshoba Central High School graduation is May 20th also. We don't have a specific time, but...
yeah, let us know if you know that time. Boy, it'll
But
be,
we're proud of all the graduates.
yeah.
Early congratulations to you.
A lot of you remember that first kindergarten day where they didn't want to go, and then it got to where they didn't want you to go with them to drop them off.
Gosh, yes.
The seasons of our life as we give life to the next generation.
Yes. The years go by so fast, really. They do. I cannot believe I have 2 grandbabies. I just can't, anyway.
Jerry wanted to tell us about the McC Spring Concert.
It's going to be held at College Park United Methodist Church on April 28th at 6 p.m. Admission is free.
Oh, we like free.
My son will be singing in that.
Oh, really?
He will.
So he's at MCC?
He is.
Well, I didn't
He
know
sings.
that.
There. He is.
What songs are they going to sing?
I'm not sure yet. But he told me about it.
Jeremiah was
yesterday.
a bullfrog?
No, I don't think that'll be one of them. But I could be wrong now. I could be.
I would assume we'll have a little bit of faith-based songs mixed in with that being at the church also.
But they always do a great job, though. So if you can go see that, admission is free at College Park United Methodist Church.
Also, we're getting,
The
what
28th.
is it there? Meridian High School.
Meridian High School graduation will be held May 26th, 9 a.m. at the Ray Stadium.
Yeah. A few of the things that are going on in our community. And again, if we don't have yours, pass that along to us. I did get another picture, and we got a mention of a wreck earlier this morning. This was right before we went on, about 10 till or so. There was a wreck on Highway 11 in between Savoy and Bassett City. It looked as though there were no injuries, so we hope so.
Yeah.
But if you're in that area, there could be still some cleanup. I hadn't gotten a text saying that they all clear on that yet. And a big thank you here. We got in Old Glory flying here. Somebody sent this in this morning.
That's a pretty picture.
Joan
too.
Walker sent that in. Mm-hmm. So
Thank you.
we
love
do
pictures.
appreciate them.
We do, very much.
Before we went on air, Candace walks in and she sits down, and I glance over and I meant no disrespect to her. I don't want anybody to take this wrong. But do y'all remember the cowboy shirts that everybody used to wear that had the snaps?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, Candace, that reminds me of the snaps.
Yeah, this looks like one of those, but
It's buttons.
these don't snap. They just but
But do
it,
they,
it does kind of have that look a little bit. So.
are they still popular, or has that went away?
I don't know about the snaps, but I think the way they had the little mother of pearl looking
Yeah, the
snaps.
pearl.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure Western wear
Still has
places
that?
still have those. I would imagine,
I have-
along with the embroidery across the back of the shirt.
I've never had me a snap shirt. Maybe I need to move into that.
You might. You have to, be up on the latest styles.
But speaking of cowboy, those Resistol shirts, those are great shirts. They wear really good if you're looking for, not just pointing out what I like.
Yeah. My daddy was really particular about his shirts. He always had to have 2 pockets. Yeah.
Even the T-shirts that don't have the pocket, y'all know what I mean? You get outside and you're trying to put the shirt in, and yeah.
He smoked. Now my dad did, so he
Had to have that pocket.
He had to have a pocket over here for that, and then he had to have another pocket for his comb and his glasses.
Okay, Bill's bringing it in. He still wears the pearl snaps. I got to step it up, don't I?
Yeah.
A bib shirt. A few of the things that are real popular still out there. Now, as we look at some headlines this morning, this is driving the left crazy over Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. Now, how do you think this is going to end up?
I don't know. Now this morning I heard that they were kind of concerned about somebody who that's going to be leaving the company.
Jack
Maybe-
Dorsey, the head of it?
No, like some of the people working there that they might try to
Oh, yeah, they're threatening.
sabotage something.
They're threatening to already walk out. I don't think that bothers him any.
I think they were worried about them trying to sabotage, computer-wise, something.
No.
Mess something up.
Yeah, let's see here
system
what
or
I had on
something.
that. What they're saying, they had an emergency meeting yesterday and told them that in 6 months they may not have a job.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's going to be some venting of. There's always somebody in a company that wants their issues.
Right.
And I don't think he's one that takes a lot of flack from employees.
Yeah.
You do wrong, you're gone.
I think that's a good time limit, though. I mean, to give you 6 months to prove if you're, if it's going to work or it's not.
With the announcement of that, Telsa stock dropped 2% yesterday. I think that's just a fluke. It'll bounce back there. A lot of people, and what they're trying to put out there is, Elon is stretching himself too far to buy this company, because they don't want him to buy this company because it's going to have free speech again.
Yeah.
That's what they're really concerned about. As you look at this, the guy that runs the company, the owner of it now, Jack Dorsey, will walk away with $928 million in his pocket. Did you hear that? 928.
Must be nice.
Wow. And then you get into the guy that's CEO. I think he's getting like $28 million. What a great parting gift you would get.
Yeah.
But now Trump is still claiming that regardless of what happened, he's not headed back. That would be due to he's trying to start that Truth Social thing.
Yeah, they said that that's like the number one social media platform right now.
But everybody tells me they're having trouble getting signed up. There's this huge
really?
waiting list. Now, I haven't even tried yet. But
Yeah,
it's
I
like
haven't either.
1 million people waiting to be accepted. Don't know what the issue is there, but he's not wanting to support Twitter because of that. We'll see how long he holds out if this one makes it.
I can understand, him wanting to be with his own social media.
Yeah, because he'll make money.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Okay. Neshoba Central's high school's graduation is May 20th, like we said a while ago, at 7:30. So,
7:30. That's a good time to have it there. Right there when it's a little bit cooler, nobody passes out from the extreme heat from being
right.
outside.
When I went to the last graduation that I went to, it was at 8:00, and I thought 8:00. It was my son's 8:00. That is so late, but I think they do it for that reason.
For the coolness.
Yeah, because it is so hot.
And the further you get into summer, the more daylight we've got. Right. Y'all stay close. We got more coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we kick off your Tuesday morning.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Red, yellow, or orange bell peppers, 2 for $3. Heinz 57 steak sauce, $3.39. A1 steak sauce, $3.89. Bush baked beans, 28-ounce can, 2 for $5. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.89 a pound. And leg quarters, a 10-pound package, only $5.99.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Already 8:31. What Tiffany tell us?
She said that she's on Truth Social, and it took her a couple of weeks due to the large volume of people wanting on it.
Okay.
On Truth Social.
We're also on Twitter. If you ever want to look us up, you can see what we look like. Here's what it looks like there. The Scotty Ray Report is how you would find it there. And as always, you can also get us. We're broadcasting live also right now on YouTube for those that are watching us there under Sam Media Network. If you want to follow us there, like, subscribe, and you'll get little updates when we're there. It's always good to have 2 or 3 ways to watch us, as well as on television, than just those antennas.
That's right.
A few of those.
I met somebody yesterday that said that they were disappointed when we did take Perry Mason off, but they were super nice about, But you can watch it, though, still later on.
Yeah, it comes on.
Still on. Yeah.
There you go. All right, let's go back in a moment in history. It was this day back in 1865. You ever heard that term, your name is Mud?
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason for that. He was an actual doctor. He might be the guy that helped John Wilkes Booth along the way, and your name is Mud. His reputation was ruined. He never went anywhere after that. It was on this date that John Wilkes Booth died. They surrounded that barn, and it was all over. Do you know the mud thing?
I didn't. I did not know
That's
that.
where it comes from. It's interesting to look back on all these old sayings and do the Google on who done what.
Yeah.
1933, this lady would be an influence across America. Comedians worldwide would follow her. She had a clean, wholesome way of putting things.
Right.
And what was the sign at the end of the show?
I can't. She pulled on her ear, and it was for something, and I cannot remember why. I don't know if it was for her. Was it for her daughter or for?
I can't remember. But she did it after every show. She'd grab that old ear and jank it. That is a word, isn't it? Jank it.
Yeah, she janked her ear. But I was watching the Carol Burnett show the other night. I was watching several of the episodes, and she is just so funny. I mean, she was just such a great actress. She could do anything, and she'd keep her composure. Everybody else would start laughing. What was the guy's
Harvey Korman.
Yeah, he and Tim Conway would always start laughing.
One of the best was Mr. Tudball. And Mrs. Wiggins.
Yeah,
that she played.
She'd come in there popping that gum in her mouth, taking her notes.
There was always a secretary that reminded you of her.
Yeah.
1934, this young lady, and I got her confused yesterday. You remember that?
You did with Raquel Welch.
Yeah. Two mules for Sister somebody. Sarah. Sister Sarah there. Shirley Maclaine was born on this date back in 34. For some reason, that sounds long ago today. This has never been one of my favorite ladies, but there's a few that like her. Y'all remember Barbara Streisand?
I do.
She was born on this day. She had the kinky hair look back then.
Yes. I think she still does.
Does she?
I think so.
And if you look, tell me if I'm wrong on this, as you go back to Dirty Dancing, does she resemble that girl?
She kind of does, yeah.
Baby? Wasn't her name?
What was her? Jennifer. What was her name?
I don't know. She had a surgery and I never knew her
Yeah.
again. But she did resemble the girl to me. That's just my thought. 1970, this old girl would be born. She would later, well, she was actually an immigrant. Then she would come here, she would marry someone, and the next thing you know, she was sitting in the Oval Office as First Lady. Melania Trump, born on this date.
She's very pretty. Very pretty lady.
Gorgeous.
Classy lady.
And so many people picked on her.
But I was just fixing to say she was not at all treated with respect at all.
Very few cover of magazines was ever given to her.
Yeah. Yeah, even with all, yeah. I could go a lot of different directions with that, but I won't.
There's our answer on Carol Burnett, why she did what she did.
She was saying goodnight to her mother when she'd pull her ear.
Hey, y'all got good memories. 1971, you remember the group Rascal Flatts? I think they've just disbanded, but Jay DeMarcus with the group there celebrates a birthday today. Born in 1971.
What was the show that I was talking about?
Stars Born,
No, I'll think of
Star
it.
Search,
No.
Sawyer Brown. I'm just
He
trying
was
to think
on-
what's in your
the
head.
guy that is so funny. They lived in Georgia, then they lived in Tennessee. He was on that show.
Jeff Foxworthy?
I'll think of it in a minute.
On what show?
Give me a second. I don't know.
What show are you talking about?
I'm trying to think.
Candace,
I
how
don't
can I help
Why
you?
did I even speak? Go ahead.
You have to give me a hint here of what you're thinking over there.
Well, when I get it, when I'm trying to think, you talk, and I can't. It breaks my. I'm so not a multitasker. Like I can't think of something and do something. I just can't.
Well, see, and the thing about
be on my
either
phone and
doing
listen.
what we do now, like if you talk here, you have to be able to get this in your head so you can practice this.
Yeah.
While you're talking, you have to be talking with someone, understanding what they're doing, and then also at the same time knowing what you're going to say after that, and then the next thought of what you'll say after they answer that. You've got like three things going on all at one time.
Yeah.
How's that working over there?
I don't know. It ain't working too good today, obviously.
1973. Anybody remember the Beverly Hillbillies? And before I showed this picture, I would have never known that this was Granny. Do y'all remember Granny? She passed away on this date back in 1973.
Oh,
this is the
goodness.
way we know her, and this is what she looked like the rest of the time.
I would have never known that. Definitely would
And you
not.
go back to her pictures when she was in her 20s, and she was a knockout.
She's a pretty lady.
Yeah. But if you stare at that picture, you can see it
Yeah.
right in there. But you just wouldn't have caught that with just a quick glance.
I wonder how they make. Her teeth weren't the best looking teeth. Granny's wasn't. So I'm wondering how they did all that. I
think
guess they
have
blacked
these-
them out.
We
and
got
stuff.
little caps that you can
Okay,
slide
pop
over
on
the top
there.
of your teeth
Yeah.
and give them that look.
Okay. Chrisley Knows Best is the show. It just come to my mind.
Okay, what were we going to say about him? About him being funny?
The guy from Rascal Flatts was on there. He and his wife. He's got this really pretty wife that I don't know if she was a model or something one time, but anyway, they were on Chrisley Knows Best several episodes. They're friends with them, so. And he kind of sounds a lot like the Chrisley guy.
Now, the Chrisley, is his mother still alive? Because, he took care of his mama. I've watched it once or twice.
Yeah,
Is he?
from what I understand, maybe she is. I haven't heard anything that she's passed away, but yeah, it's a pretty funny show. Some parts of it sounds like totally scripted.
I'm sure it is.
But it's pretty funny. So
He got lots of
You like
money.
that kind of
He
thing.
got lots of money.
yeah.
Polly said she likes that show. His
fun.
wife seems to really be a sweetheart.
Chrisley's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know
she
her name.
is. She's yeah. It's a kind of odd, seems a little odd.
It is
different
very.
relationship, but they've got kids, and everybody kind of just.
And I'm worried about her. I saw a picture the other day. Looked like she'd been on a diet. Somebody sent that woman some cornbread. She looked better with a little weight on her.
The wife?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen her since she's lost my
She needs to eat some cornbread. Get that back on.
Yeah, his mama's name's Nanny Faye.
Nanny Faye.
Yeah.
What a name. That is too cute.
But it's so funny to watch somebody that's Southern because, you can relate to all the little sayings that they use. Like, bless your heart. That can go a lot of different ways.
It can.
Anyway.
1975, you would wake up and walk in a grocery store and you'd see this on the counter. Well, it was the TV Guide, and McLeod was on the cover of TV Guide back then. I don't know if you remember the show or not. I loved it.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites there as a kid that I watched.
Wasn't he the same guy that played on Gentle Ben? He was the dad?
Yes.
Yes, I thought he was.
Dennis Weaver. He'd done a lot of parts. He had one of those distinctive voices that I liked. 1982, Rod Stewart would be in somewhere around Rodeo Drive. He would be driving his new Porsche. Someone would pull out a gun and relieve him of his new Porsche. That happened on this date back in 82.
Goodness.
At that time, it was worth $50,000. I don't know what one would cost now, but Rod had his car stolen.
I would imagine it's a little more than that now, probably.
I quit reading to find out, and I guess I should have finished the article to see if he got his car back or not. Now, ever since I've shown Candace's picture, she's been fanning herself. She's been like, whew, whew.
No, believe me.
As we pull up a picture of what was the number one song on this date back in 1984, it was The Yellow Rose of Texas. And Johnny Lee thought he was it and a bag of chips for the ladies. Him and Lane Brody sang the song, if you remember. There's the Yellow Rose of Texas. You remember it?
I do remember the Yellow Rose of Texas. I can't get past the fur.
The fur.
It looks like fur on his chest.
But
Don't you know them gold chains get hung up in that every now and then?
Can't feel good. I've heard a bunch of women tell me that too. Get hung up. I couldn't get it.
Like a little wax.
1989. Ooh. I watched Deuce Bigelow. That had to hurt.
Yeah.
All right, I can still hear him squealing.
We're crazy.
1989, we would lose one of the funniest ladies that ever graced television stage. Who am I talking about? Miss Lucille Ball passed away on this date back in 89. Really not that long ago.
She was very funny.
She was.
I love Lucy. My favorite is the candy factory when she and Ethel were
Trying to eat it, got behind.
Yeah.
The grapes was funny. And that mobile home. Do you remember when Desi was driving it? She was in the back of the camper going up the hill, trying to hold on to everything as it went up.
Yeah.
Funny. 2013, we would lose another one that was great, that influenced country music like no one else. George Jones passed away on this date back in 2013. So that's been 9 years ago.
Gosh.
That is so hard to believe.
That is hard to believe.
One of the legends that we had there. 2018, this guy would be found guilty. And as we see, this is the picture when he got out.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was found guilty. He would be released on a technicality a few years later. Supreme Court ruled they can't charge him for that again, so he's good. A few things that happened on this date. Did you learn anything out of that?
What? The history thing?
Yeah.
I did learn a few things.
She discovered what My Name is what's his name again?
Wait.
The TV show?
Oh, Gentle Ben.
No. The guy that the Southern guy that you were talking about that they.
Oh, Chrisley. Yeah.
Chrisley.
Yeah, that came.
I have never heard. Is that his last name or first name?
Chrisley.
Okay,
Todd
makes it.
Todd is his first name. Todd Chrisley.
Makes a little bit more sense now that I realize. I was thinking I have never heard of a man's first name called that before. So it's his last name.
Yeah, but they're very funny. They are.
I only take segments of that show. Like, whoop, had enough, gotta go. Let's take a moment and talk about our friends at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, where you can go by today and pick up on the chicks. Lots of chickens there. If you want to start growing your own eggs, go by and visit with them, find out about that. And why so many people are visiting over there to the right when you walk in. Yeah, a lot of flowers and things to choose from. If you need any plant, potting soil, they got it all there for you to make sure that it grows properly, and they'll help you pick it out. If you need seed, you're planting your own stuff, need a tomato plant, they've got that also for all the gardens that are going up. Trying out a little bit where the tractors can roll in that. Need a T-shirt or anything like that to keep dressed right? I just don't see any snaps. I'm going to have to check.
I'm sure they got some.
Ball caps and a whole lot more for Lauderdale County Farm Supply. A variety of things from shoes to work boots to rubber boots. They've got all of that for you inside, including stuff for your pet. Maybe a candle, maybe a skillet. Wow.
Cast iron.
It's loaded.
Yeah.
Horse and cattle feed, you'll find it all at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151 off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll be glad that you did.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag. with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
I've lived in Mississippi my entire life. The people of Mississippi are my people. So when someone from here comes to me for help, I take that personally. Always have, always will. One call, that's all.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And I mentioned this morning. I sometimes wonder about city leaders across the United States. As the mishap that happened with Kyle Rittenhouse, it's over. He was found not guilty of murder in any shape, form, or way of just defending himself. The town of Kenesha, city officials are considering erecting a public memorial to the ex-con that attempted to harm Kyle Rittenhouse and he shot and killed. They're going to erect a monument to him. Everybody let that sink in.
Well, isn't that pretty classic, though? I mean, about what the things
Memorializing.
I'm talking about for that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, is what I'm saying, I guess.
I stutter for words of trying to find the exact word to say how I feel about that. I still haven't come up with that word.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Definitely ridiculous, because, I mean, this is the one who hit him with a skateboard. Is that not?
That's the way I
he did
understand.
get slammed in the head with a skateboard.
Boy.
So.
Something seems, and
I mean, he had the right to defend himself. So.
Right, but they're going the opposite direction. Huh.
Nothing surprises me anymore about it.
How do you feel about this? This caused a little stir across the nation as people said the guy was wrong. He's married, his wife passes away, and next thing you know, he marries the nanny. He's tapping 50, she's 23.
Yeah.
Did the guy do wrong? Well, she just happened to be there.
Well, I mean, I've heard of this happening several times, so.
Sometimes while the wife is still alive.
This too does not surprise me. Yeah, right. Yeah, sometimes it's while the wife's still alive, and, you know, they do a little trade-off.
They've been giving this old boy a hard time, though, for hooking up with the nanny afterwards.
Yeah. I mean.
No word yet if she looked like Fran Dresser.
Yeah, she might.
And she had that little squeaky loud voice. We don't know all that yet.
Goodness.
That's a headline of that. Now, mother-in-laws sometimes can be hurtful to the new wife. A grandmother, and this is the grandmother, so I don't think she's really that old. She got married in 94. It doesn't give her exact age, but she ran an ad for her wedding dress after her sons, her grandsons and her sons wouldn't use it. And she lists the dress for sale because her grandsons' wives are too big to wear her dress. And they call it, she's fat shaming the granddaughters that married the grandson.
Granddaughter-in-laws.
Yeah, that's how you word it.
Yeah.
She got married in 94. She said, my son's married bigger women and it won't fit them. It's up for sale, $800. And they are forevermore going after her.
I don't think I'd have worded it that way. I'd have just put for sale, you know.
It shows her picture, and she was cute as pie back in 94.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that kind of is not the style anymore, but I might be wrong.
Really?
That might be what some people like.
Well, here was her. This was her back in 94. But she says they can't wear it.
Well, I wonder, can she still wear it?
It doesn't
I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't fit an arm probably in mine, even from like 2 years ago, probably.
I wasn't going to say, I was going to be nice, but now you done went and opened up that can.
Well, I mean, when I wore my dress, I should have reevaluated that situation because I had gained weight. I had bought it the year before.
Ain't nothing like a wedding band that puts on a few pounds. I don't know if anybody's ever said that publicly, but it's the truth.
I think when you hit a certain age, you can just look at something and gain a pound.
No, it's that right there. It goes,
I mean, well, you do get comfortable.
Because they all chasing that wedding band before that, and then all of a sudden, pass them Little Debbie's.
Gosh.
You going to eat the rest of that and give it to me?
Little Debbie ain't my friend anymore.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
So that's a few of the headlines that are out there this morning. I don't understand this, and somebody tell me what the secret to this is, but Kim Kardashian, and she's halted 2 or 3 of these, and she adds another to her list of an inmate that was going to be executed in Texas. She has pleaded and halted the execution of a lady, Melissa Lucio. Did I pronounce that correctly? Lucio?
I think so.
She was accused of murdering her child back in 2007.
Why would you halt?
But she's done this several times and either halted or stopped them altogether. This one has just been halted for a little while. We'll see if...
I wonder what the reasoning behind that was.
Yeah. But, there you go. That's a big headline there. Now, I would think, and I cannot repeat it, and I'm not going to stare at the headline because I don't want to repeat what it said. It's gotten to where journalism in America, they put ugly words in. You know, as we all grew up, that would have never been thought of. Putting in. But a Democrat that's running for New York State Senate was carrying a sign basically running down cops, saying very horrible words for them, is now running for an office in the Senate of New York. How can you get elected after you've done something like that? And then the way it has turned out with defunding the police.
I don't know. I don't know that that's going to, I mean, I think that the tables are turning, so.
Christian Amato is his name. He's 34. And we'll, I'm not going to read anything to do with that sign.
Yeah.
That done that. And this leads to this, because I want to say a lot of these politicians, in my opinion, and it is strictly my opinion, are to blame for this. The number of police officers killed in the last year, in the last 12 months, is up 59%. Do y'all hear me? 59% of those cops killed in the line of duty because there wasn't other cops to help them, defunding things that they needed to protect themselves, protect the community.
Do we see anybody putting up a statue for them?
No.
When they were killed protecting other people? No. But we're going to put one up to memorialize somebody who was trying to cause harm to somebody else with a skateboard. Let's do that. Everything's backwards.
Really makes Old Glory kind of limp, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, in my opinion. But that's out to 59%, all because politicians wanted to make a point. And they did. Although most of those have 70 or more cops that they have to
protect them.
Yeah, as they go everywhere.
I think if they do that kind of stuff and they're calling for defunding police, I think it should totally wipe away their ability to have any kind of security.
I agree with that. The protection of that.
I think you on your own, you know.
Small thoughts from us. Let us know if you agree. If you don't, we're more than welcome. It's free speech in America. If you don't agree with that, we'd love to hear your comment as well there. We turn to Godwin. What do? Well, they clean a lot of things. And let's show you some things that Godwin Cleaning Services do. They're located here in the Meridian area. 601-253-8262. They were busy. And if you don't think that building's tall, let me tell you. Of course, they've got the equipment to do it. Well, you've got a business that's tall. They've got the equipment to handle it there. And they're washing Union Station, downtown Meridian, making it look good again.
Was it pink?
That's the spray.
The solution. I was like, did somebody deface Union Station? Okay.
The latest equipment, here's a roof. This is a home that was done. As you'll look at that, that's how it looks now. That's what it looked like before.
Looks great.
Yeah,
now.
Before and after. Clean that tin. Those trees will definitely do that. Of course, sidewalks. Look at the difference that looks. Driveways, they're made look good again. Because there you go with those brick sidewalks. And also, here's a deck that's been cleaned. That's the before and after there.
Yeah.
Major difference there. Steps. Makes them look new again.
Trees do mess up a lot of things. So.
In no time flat, they can come out to your home, show you just how easy this is from Clarkdale all the way here. Here's another roof that they've done.
Goodness.
Night and day, isn't it?
I would not even known that roof was that dark.
Yeah.
Because it's so covered up.
Looks great after they come visit you. Find out how affordable this is. Godwin Cleaning Services, their work says it all. 601-253-8262. Have a little visit with them today. They'll take care of you.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. What were you telling me just then?
I was going to look up acrylamide, which is found in those potato chips.
Yeah.
That particular brand, I don't know what it was. It says it's a substance that forms through a natural chemical reaction between sugars and it says asparagine or whatever, and amino acid plant-based foods, including potato chips and cereal grain-based foods.
Okay, now we know what it meant. I'm even more confused.
Even more now than you did before I said it. I don't know. Doesn't sound good, though.
Huh.
Yeah.
Anybody ever watched that TV show that was called Supernatural?
Mm-hmm.
They were going to have a convention where the two guys, of course, he went on to, the guy that I'm talking about went on to play the part of Ranger Walker. I don't know if that show even worked out. But Jensen and them, this is the one, he was involved in a car wreck. They were having to get together where they were going to do autographs. Jared is his name.
Okay.
He was involved in a car wreck. He was one of the stars there from Supernatural. It was hurt really bad and had to cancel out at the last second. And, of course, here's a picture of them from Supernatural. The Winchester Brothers. Pretty good show.
I've not seen that.
The first 4 years was extremely good. Then it got a little far out there for me. But overall, pretty good show there.
Okay.
Biden inflation is starting to hit even Mickey D's. As nationwide, they're seeing a 7% rise in your quarter pounder with cheese. The Big Macs are on the rise. Biden inflation.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind there as you're somewhere there. Let's see here. Who's the most popular? You know Joe from Manchin from West Virginia?
Yes.
He has gained almost 18% in popularity in the state of all U.S. senators. Doing well there. Even Republicans are starting to like him as he's took a strong stance on this. So who's it?
Well, it seems like he tries to be fair.
Yeah.
He's actually a Democrat, right?
Yeah, he is.
So, I mean, I think even though he's not, a Republican or another party,
and it does prove that no matter what party you are, you can make sense.
Right. It doesn't matter what party you're from. Just be fair about what you do.
Who's on the low end of the totem pole? Let's go to Kentucky for the least like senator right now. That's going to be McConnell. Down there with the catfish. Not many people approve of him. He's the one that was in the last few weeks saying, I don't think Trump could win.
I think he kind of flip-flops.
He does. And he's probably could have some issues coming up before long when it comes to re-election there.
Right.
Chris Wallace says he's going to be fine. He's a millionaire. Where will he be working? We don't know. After the big flop at CNN, their online thing just didn't work out. He's still going to get his paycheck, though.
But he didn't know if he's going to stay at CNN or go someplace else.
Well, there is always NBC for him. He could probably fit in pretty good over there.
Yeah.
He's just not one of mine there. Oh, and other news, breaking news here, Biden's approval rating between the younger generation, 18 to 29, has slipped from 41 to 20. That's pretty strong, says a lot.
Yeah.
Now, again, keep in mind the younger generation, that 18 to 24 hardly ever show up and vote, as you'll go back in history of all of these slogans and campaigns where they tried to get them to show up to vote. They just never do.
Yeah, it's very important that they do go vote. Everybody goes to vote. Yeah, especially these next upcoming elections.
Yeah, I've heard that some people like it so much, even after they're dead, they go vote. That's just a rumor, though.
Right. I've heard that, yeah.
We're coming up to the top of the hour. We want to say thank y'all for dropping by and visiting with us. It's been a lot of fun today.
It has. We've cut up today, I think, a little bit.
We've got a lot of graduations that are right around the corner. Keep in mind that these clouds are going to burn off, and by afternoon it will warm up finally to about 74. Might get a peak of sunshine, but it's going to be cloudy for the most part of the day until late in the afternoon. So don't be despaired as we glance over at radar real quick. Rain is starting to move out. Let me show you what radar is. We've got a little bit left in Wayne County going across. It's finally leaving us. Things will be better before it's all said and done.
Yes.
Not bad at all there.
Still a little breezy.
Carry your jacket early.
Yes.
All right. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Join us here. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all kinds of places.
Yes.
And here at MeTV.
Y'all have a blessed day.
See you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: